break, and maybe they will be now. And one of the questions, we'll listen into the judge if she speaks. Take a listen.
For 30 minutes. Sarah.
And that was quick. She said we will take a recess for 30 minutes. 6:05, that means there will be a break until 6:35. Kevin, a recess of 30 minutes, does that mean, if you can answer this, does that mean that the jurors are still going to be in there deliberating for the next 30 minutes?
No, whenever there is a recess, deliberations usually stop. And why there is a 30-minute recess, we don't know, because we cannot hear the conversation between the judge and the attorneys when they have these sidebars. The judge right there on her bench has a little switch where she can turn the microphone off. So whenever the attorneys come up and they talk to her, she turns that switch and we lose the audio and we cannot hear what they're saying. So as we just heard Judge Deborah Nelson say, she will be taking a 30-minute recess. So at 6:35, all the attorneys and George Zimmerman and the jury will be back in her courtroom. And then maybe at 6:35, we'll hear exactly what this latest jury question is. Blake and Robin.
All right, Kevin, as we wait to see what's happening there inside the courtroom, what is happening with the jury as they continue their deliberations, as we're in recess from this particular moment in the court, can you describe for us what we're seeing outside the courthouse? We know that some people have been coming here expressing their support of George Zimmerman or the family of Trayvon Martin. Can you give us a feeling of what's happening outside the courtroom?
Absolutely, Robin. Robin, right behind my shoulder, the courthouse has this special area set aside just for demonstrators and just for protesters. Now, for the most part of this trial, that designated space has been absolutely empty. But yesterday, when we entered into verdict watch, some demonstrators did come. It has been completely peaceful ever since yesterday afternoon. And I would say this afternoon, maybe a dozen demonstrators were here outside the courthouse. Most of them are here, they say, to support the family of Trayvon Martin. But there's also a handful of people here to say they support George Zimmerman, and they want to make sure he has a fair trial and he is not a racist and that he gets to walk out of this courthouse a free man. But for the most part, the atmosphere, not only here outside the courthouse, but all across Sanford, has been very calm, very relaxed. And that is exactly how police wanted to stay. Yesterday, we did hear from the police chief of Sanford as well as the sheriff of Seminole County. Both of them called for calm after the verdict. They say this is America. We have to believe in our justice system. And even though we may not like the verdict or